What's up, guys? My name is DartB, and today I'm going to be talking about something that has to do with a milestone that I hit last week. In fact, it was actually quite a big milestone that I was really excited to hit. 100,000 views total on my channel. Out of all the videos that I have, over 70, might be getting into the 80s very, very soon, I have over 100,000 views. 100,000 times people have clicked on those videos and watched them, at least for a couple seconds. And to me, that's pretty awesome, because I've only been doing this for a year and a half, and so the fact that I've been able to make that big of an impact and kind of have that, even though I don't have a whole ton of subscribers, I thought was really, really cool. So I wanted to make a video talking about some of my most viewed videos and the things that I went wrong with them and how I could have made it even better and been even more successful had I improved these videos. Now, when I was making these videos, I honestly, I hoped, obviously, that they would get big, but I never thought that they would have so much of a negative influence on me, which sounds really weird because I'm talking about the videos that I've had the most views on. And so you would think, oh, well, I thought any attention was positive attention, but I sometimes wonder, and I could be wrong, so you guys can tell me about this in the comment section, if these videos have actually ended up hurting my channel in the long run because of what's happened with them. So there's 3 videos that we need to talk about. We're going to start out by talking about my third most viewed video. It is why the first gen Tacoma is fantastic. And this is a video that I made in the middle of last summer. And honestly, this one suffers from something that I really could have mitigated, and I really wish that I had taken more steps to prevent this from happening, and that was that I just didn't put a lot of effort into it. I just slapped the GoPro inside my car windshield, drove around, talked about it. I repeated myself a lot. I didn't really make a lot of sense. The audio was awful, but I was like, oh, I just need to get a video up, and so I kind of rushed, and it didn't really come out really great, and I didn't really know what I was going to say beforehand. I was just like, I'm going to throw it in the camera and kind of hope that I can talk about it, and it, like I said, it didn't come out great. And so that video was really crippled by the lack of effort. It has 9,000 views now in that territory, and the like to dislike ratio is really not what I'd like. Some of the comments are a little bit like, this is a terrible video. Some of them are like reinforcement and positive, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate when you guys support me. However, constructive criticism does help too, and even though some of the comments were straight up just this video sucks, that still helps me to understand that I'm not doing the best that I could. And honestly, in that video, I definitely didn't put nearly the amount of effort that I could have put into it. Yeah, that's what killed my third most viewed video. My second most viewed video is actually really interesting because I did actually hope that this one would get really big and really popular, and it did quite quickly pick up a lot of attention, and it's been kind of increasing consistently ever since. But what I didn't expect was the reaction that I would get. I thought that people would be a lot more forgiving, that people wouldn't really care as much, but this video got killed by a lack of preparation. So, this video is about my grandpa's 2018 Tacoma TRD Sport lifted 6 inches. And so my grandpa was over at my house, and he was about to leave, and I was like, oh wait, Grandpa, I have a car YouTube channel. I've been doing this for a couple months now. It'd be so awesome if I could make a video about your truck. And he's like, yeah, sure, let's make one. And so we filmed it really, really quickly. It was a total spur of the moment thing. I didn't really know anything about the truck and what had been put on it. He had it installed by a shop, and so he didn't know exactly what was put on it either. He couldn't tell you off the top of his head. And so that one didn't come out quite as good as it could have been. In fact, it came out pretty poorly. One person in the comments said, you have no idea what you're talking about. And quite frankly, that was absolutely true. And so that video suffered a lot as well. People didn't appreciate the fact that I was trying to talk about something that I didn't really know much about. We didn't really go off-roading in it at all. We drove up a curb in my neighborhood. So that was another pretty pathetic video that the thumbnail and everything had the potential to be really, really good, but because I wasn't prepared to make that video and it was the last spur of the moment kind of thing, it didn't really come together quite the way that it should have, and so that's what killed that one, even though it has around 27K views, something like that now. And finally, the number 1 video on the list. This one has been on the internet for over a year and a half now, and that is installing a Kenwood stereo in my dad's Corolla. So, this video, this was one of the first ones. I think it was 6th or 7th, something in that neighborhood, and I hoped that this one would get big as well. This one was interesting in that it took a really, really long time to start picking up views. It was like 6 months or so after I uploaded it before it really started getting a lot of views, and suddenly it was getting more views than anything else on my channel, and now it's number 1. So this one kind of came back from out of the nowhere, and I wasn't really expecting it to get as big as it did. And had I known that it was going to get quite this big and be my most viewed video, there's definitely some things that I might have changed about how I did it. And the biggest issue with that video was a lack of time. So just to review, the 3 things that have killed my most viewed videos have been lack of effort, lack of preparation, and now lack of time. Now that video took an entire weekend to put all that project stuff together and to do all that. And so it started Friday night. I got home from school and immediately I started digging into the radio and getting everything set up and figuring out what we needed to do. And Saturday I actually worked on putting it into the car. Now, I was able to get a lot of that filmed. I was able to do a time lapse with a lot of me taking the car apart and getting all the stuff out and crimping the wires together and getting everything wired up. However, I didn't really get any footage of me actually putting the radio in, and I didn't really demonstrate playing any music because I didn't want to deal with copyright issues. And so people were miffed about that for a couple reasons. One, they thought that it was a how-to video, and I kind of did, especially at first, brand it like a how-to video, and I should not have done that. That was a mistake on my part. I ran out of time to finish it. What happened was I had to go to something, and so my dad ended up putting the radio in himself. All the wiring and stuff had been done. He touched some of the stuff up, made sure it was holding together, and then he actually put the radio in himself, so I was only able to show the disassembly of the factory setup and then the final product in the dashboard. So that one suffered from that lack of time. I didn't have time to film it because I had to be somewhere else instead of putting the stereo in. And so that one wasn't from a lack of preparation. I had everything prepped. I knew what I needed to do. It wasn't from a lack of effort. I was working really hard to make that the best I could. It just came down to lack of time. And so that's what has killed the ratings on that one and made it not quite as good. Or maybe I'm just not the right person to be on YouTube. You guys can tell me that down in the comments section on this video as well. So if you have any thoughts, ideas, suggestions, or just anything like that, let me know what you thought about this video down in the comments section. I would really appreciate that. Leave a like if you found any of these tips useful. If you're a YouTuber yourself, make sure you avoid these things. They are super critical. It's not as important to churn out videos as it is to make really, really good, high-quality videos, and you never know which ones are actually going to end up going viral or not. Well, that's not strictly true. There are some traits that are shared between these videos. All of them kind of appeal to people. They're interesting. They're something that people would actually want to watch, but I didn't expect, for example, the radio one to pick up quite as fast as it did, and it picked up really, really slowly. It took a long time for it to actually start getting views. So don't just put things on the back burner and think, that's not really a big deal, because every one of your videos counts. So make sure that every one of the videos you upload is good. And sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place with this video, trying to actually legitimately talk to you guys about it and express what I think. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, like I said, share it with your friends so they can get tips about this too. And I was glad that I was able to give you guys this little insight and celebrate 100,000 views. That's so awesome. I'm so excited to have hit that milestone, and I can't wait to see which ones we're going to hit in the future. Going to college, and who knows what I'll start doing with the channel, but I do want to keep making videos. Who knows if we'll do a weekly thing, or times are probably going to change a little bit. I'm actually thinking about next weekend. I'm going to try uploading the video and publishing it at 8 p.m. Saturday. I get a lot of views going into the evening and the later night. So I'm going to try 8 p.m. on Saturday, see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be good. And yeah, guys, see you next time. Peace out.